The Great Underwater Bake-Off. The sun filtered through the crystal-clear waves above, casting shimmering patterns of light on the seabed. It was a special day in the underwater kingdom of Coral Cove, the day of the Great Underwater Bake-Off. Sea creatures of all shapes and sizes swam eagerly toward the event, their fins and tails flicking with excitement. At stake was the honor of being the official baker for the upcoming Coral Festival. Among the participants was Jelly, a young jellyfish who loved baking but had one little problem. She could never seem to follow a recipe properly. "Why measure when you can just feel it?" she often said, much to the dismay of her best friend, Coral the crab. Coral had entered the competition too and was determined to keep Jelly on track. "Jelly, you have to focus this time," Coral said, adjusting her chef hat. "The judges will be looking for perfect execution, not just creativity." Jelly wobbled nervously. "I'll try, Coral. But you know me. Recipes and I. Well, we're not exactly best friends." The competition began with a booming announcement from Captain Ray, the Manta Ray judge. "Contestants, your challenge is to create a dessert that captures the essence of Coral Cove. You have 3 hours. Ready, set, bake." Jelly floated over to her station and surveyed the ingredients: seaweed sugar, kelp flour, pearl dust, and a rainbow assortment of coral berries. She tried to focus on the recipe she'd planned, a classic sea sponge cake. But as she started mixing, her mind began to wander. "What if I added a splash of bubble syrup?" she thought, grabbing the bottle. Then she spotted a jar of glowing plankton sprinkles. "Ooh, these would look amazing on top." Before long, Jelly had completely abandoned the recipe. She tossed in a pinch of this, a dash of that, and a swirl of something she wasn't even sure was edible. Her station became a chaotic whirl of colors and textures. Meanwhile, Coral was meticulously following her recipe. She glanced over at Jelly's mess and groaned. "Jelly, what are you doing?" "Improvising," Jelly said with a grin, her tentacles waving enthusiastically. As the timer ticked down, contestants rushed to finish their desserts. Coral presented a flawless sea sponge cake, decorated with precise coralberry patterns. Jelly, on the other hand, unveiled a bizarre concoction, a glowing, wobbly creation that shimmered with every color of the ocean. The judges, Captain Ray, Madam Clam, and Chef Octo, swam from station to station, tasting each dessert. When they reached Coral's cake, they nodded approvingly. "Excellent technique," said Madam Clam. "Perfect texture," added Chef Octo. Then they arrived at Jelly's creation. The 3 judges hesitated, exchanging puzzled looks. "What is this?" Captain Ray asked. "I call it the Rainbow Reef Surprise," Jelly said proudly. The judges each took a tentative bite. Their eyes widened, and they began to glow faintly, just like Jelly's dessert. "This is extraordinary," exclaimed Chef Octo. "I've never tasted anything like it." "The flavors are unexpected but delightful," said Madam Clam. "It's like a celebration of the ocean itself." Captain Ray nodded. "You've captured the spirit of Coral Cove in a way no one else has. Jelly, you're our winner." Jelly's tentacles quivered with joy. "Really? Me?" Coral gave her a proud nudge. "See, your creativity paid off." As the crowd cheered, Jelly realized something important. While following recipes was helpful, her true talent lay in trusting her instincts and embracing her unique style. And as the new official baker for the Coral Festival, she couldn't wait to create more magical treats. That night, the reef sparkled brighter than ever, and Jelly's Rainbow Reef Surprise became the talk of Coral Cove for years to come. Moral of the story: creativity and perseverance can lead to extraordinary results, even when you take an unconventional path.